Hello again and welcome back to Sosnovka Sovkhoz, episode 7 with me, Mr. Sealy P. So today's episode is all about that grass. So I jumped into the Lamborghini and I'm going to put the mowers, the butterfly mower on the back, and I've just realised I've got the weight on the front so I'm not going to be able to get the front one on. Just drop that off here. There we go, and we are going to mow some strips of grass. The grass hasn't grown on fields 19 or 14 yet, so we're going to go around the edges of some of the fields just to cut some grass. Saw the gameplay video clip the other day on Farming Simulator 17 with the Valtra and the, I think it's Pottinger Novacat mowers. The three that link together like this, but they link at the back of the tractor, so you haven't got the front, the middle mower at the front. They're all at the back, and the seat swings round in the cab of the tractor. So when you're mowing, you're actually driving in reverse, facing at the back of the tractor, with the mowers in front of you, although they're on the back. Looked really good actually, yeah, pretty cool. And they kind of looks like they've sorted that issue with the scaling. I think you can watch most people's videos for Farming Simulator 15, and these particular mowers, the Kuhn ones that were picked, everyone on their videos say the scale's all wrong. They're just way too big. Even the big tractors, they look huge. I think for Farming Simulator 17 they've solved that problem. So anyway, mowers are open and down and on. I'm not going to go too far, I'm going to go a fair way, and until the fields are ready, the grass has grown properly, yeah, you can do this. Just, you know, have a bimble around the map if you don't know the map very well. If you're new to it, get your mowers on, just go for a drive, familiarise yourself with the map and the area. It's the one thing with the Giants maps is that all the fields have these big runoff spaces around them, normally grassed. A few have trees on, but generally speaking there's plenty of space and plenty of places you can actually cut grass, which is a plus. It means you haven't got to have so many grass fields. That said, I really do like a lot of the PC maps, the modded maps, and again I've probably said this before, the ones with hedges and narrow lanes, and you know, adding that realism into it. And a lot of the fields when you start off the game, some have got crops in, some haven't. Some of the fields are all grass. They are grass fields specifically for doing this. Whereas I know whenever you start the Giants ones, none of the fields have crops in already. Unless, of course, you know, the field you start with, you know. And none of the fields are grass fields, which I think would be a nice touch. It would also mean your plough would have to be employed. You would have to get that plough out, because if you decided, actually I don't want grass fields, I want to put crops in here, I want this for arable, you would have to plough the fields, which means that crop becomes relevant. That plough becomes relevant again. So yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming. I don't know. It's a big assumption. Again, back to the whole Farming Simulator 17 assumptions. That will be something that maybe will have been sorted. So, who knows? But again, it comes down to the PC gamer, console gamer thing. I know quite a few PC gamers who their attitude is, well, if you want to play the game and you want all that, get a PC. It's a fair point. At the end of the day, I think I said it before in one of my videos. Depends how many of my videos you've watched. I used to play this. I've always been a PlayStation owner. I've got a PC, but it's an old PC. Doesn't run very well. There's no way it could run this game. I've always had consoles. My kids have got consoles. It's one of those things. I've always been a PlayStation gamer. I'm not. I haven't got the money to go and buy a kind of state-of-the-art PC to play this game. That being said, I did buy a PS4 to play this game. My PS3 was fine. I'd had it years. I mean, to be fair, it played all my other games. I was happy with it. To be fair, there weren't as many games coming out for the PlayStation 3 anymore. PlayStation 4 had been out a while. And they always say, there's that console-defining game that when the game comes out, it makes the console sell. I know for Xbox it was like the Halo series, and Call of Duty is one of those ones for PlayStation. And I know it sounds really weird, and I've owned every type of PlayStation right from the first one, that I got so frustrated playing this game on the PlayStation 3, having the slot system and all those kind of things, that I bought a PlayStation 4 solely to play this game. Sounds weird, I know, but there you go, there you have it. So I'm getting back to my original point, because I'm off and waffling on my little soapbox. If I had the money to buy a PC, I probably would. Again, that being said, a lot of the PC gamers will say it can, unless you're used to playing PC games, using mouse and keys, and which PC gamers, that's what they've always done. They're used to that. I'm used to a controller. I'm used to that in my hand. Even switching between PlayStation and Xbox, it's incredible how much your muscle memory is there for a particular controller. I went to a friend's house who's got an Xbox, and I was playing Call of Duty. I don't know which one it was at the time, actually. Couldn't tell you. And I think I'd gone Prestige a couple of times and all that kind of thing. Probably Modern Warfare 2, it was a long time ago. And he also had on his Xbox. So I went over, we'll stick the Xbox on, let's have a game, a bit of a battle against each other. I got slaughtered. I could not get my head around the controller. My hands just wouldn't work on autopilot. I had to keep looking down and looking at the buttons, because your muscles get so used to that controller. And you can play a PlayStation game, and indeed if you're an Xbox gamer, indeed if you're a PC gamer, and you're so used to the position of the buttons, where they are, how to access them rapidly, moving on to a different format takes a long time. I'm going to grab a windrower, I think. Sorry, talking all the way through that. I keep doing that. That's the grass cut. I've done a couple of strips all the way around. So I've got a rather large expanse of ground now. I could just go and get the forage harvester and just spend ages trawling up and down and up and down. And I know when I did Westbridge Hills Welcome, I just had the forage wagon with the middle front mower. And you spend hours driving up and down and up and down, filling it up. So I thought with this one, that's why I would buy the triple mowers. Mow first, then windrow. Again, it's just another way of doing it. Have a look at the gameplay series for Westbridge Hills Welcome, and Down the Farm, slightly different again. And again, it swings and roundabouts. You spend the time cutting, then you spend the time windrowing, then you spend the time collecting. Or you can just stick a mower on the front with the forage wagon and spend all of that time just driving up and down collecting grass. I find that quite monotonous, and it's a bit soul destroying. It may end up taking exactly the same amount of time to collect the grass. I just prefer doing it this way. Plus you need the windrower later on for doing hay and silage bales and that kind of stuff. So I've gone with the Pottinger, the medium windrower. And again, I've mentioned this before on various different gameplay series and on the how-to videos. I just find the Krone Swadro too big. It's massive. It gets the job done quickly. It really does. I prefer this windrow. It's horses for courses. Okay, I've said that before as well. You know, it's what you like. It's what you want. If you want to do it quickly, all into one big windrow, and you don't want to waste a lot of time doing windrowing, and you've got enough space. A lot of the Giants maps, there's bags of room. Then yeah, grab the Swadro. You know, it's a bit more expensive to buy, but it's massive. You know, and it covers a huge amount of ground. But as I said before, it's a bit unwieldy, sometimes a bit awkward to use. When you get slight slopes and inclines, it has a tendency to swing round or twist, and it doesn't like uneven ground very much. This one seems about right. The other one, I believe it's the Coon one, the smaller one, that's only got 2 discs. Just takes forever. I mean, takes forever. But if you were playing on a small, tight map, the ones with, you know, lanes and hedges and that kind of stuff, small field, small map, you know, it'll probably be absolutely perfect, absolutely bang on for that. But there you go. Again, I digress. Well, not digressing, but I'm waffling, talking too much. I'll allow you to enjoy the gameplay for a moment, the sights and sounds. Luckily, the way this has ended up mowing, he says, I'm managing to get most of this into one windrow, but I'm going to have to do a second pass, only because I've missed a few bits here and there. Yeah, I'll rest my case. Never mind, not the end of the world. I really, really need the night time to come. I need that time to pass because these fields are not growing. I'm really baffled because I had the growth speed set on normal. I normally have it on normal. Sometimes on fast. I know on Westbridge Hills, when I was waiting for the canola, I turned it on to fast and I turned the time up because it just was taking forever. But normally by now, I mean, since I seeded that field, 23, been a few hours have gone by and there's not even the first stage of growth showing through, no shoots or anything. So I'm thinking I might have to put the growth speed on fast. And like I said before, hopefully overnight, where I'll either skip through to the morning or I'll do some logging or stuff through the night off camera, so at least for you guys it will appear like time has speeded up. It hasn't, and sometimes I'll do stuff off screen, use those hours. Hopefully by then it will have grown or started to grow. I know fields 15 and 20 off to the right that we just passed, I've only just seeded those. They're going to take a little bit longer, they're going to be behind this one. But that should be the beauty of buying fields a little way apart and seeding them, meaning that you should always have, again in theory, a crop to harvest at any given time. But who knows? Right, so that's the windrowing pretty much done. I think I've caught everything. There's a few little straggly bits that are left. But again, anyone who has watched any of my gameplay series or how to, I know I kind of make light of it and joke, but my OCD will not allow me to lead that. So don't worry, I won't leave anything behind. I know there are plenty of people out there that don't like fields being left with scraps and odds and ends, bits of crop that haven't been harvested, or grass that's been cut, or stuff that's been windrowed, and when people are going around with balers leaving bits behind. And there are other people's attitudes are, so what, it's only a little bit, it's not going to make a difference. Both opinions are valid. So just back the windrow into here, park it up, and on to the next implement. Go and grab the forage wagon, the modded one that I bought the other day. It is a Pottinger, and one I haven't used before, 45,000 litre one, so it's a fair size. On Westbridge Hills, I'm never quite sure how to pronounce it, whether it's Mengele or Mengele or whatever it is, which was also a modded one, I believe, that came in the mod pack. I had that one because it was actually relatively cheap for the size you got compared to the standard ones you get in game. And I've said before, I can never remember again, I'll say it again, whether it's Stoitman, I'm never quite sure. The big one, the biggest one, I think it's 50,000 litres. I've used that before on maps, but sometimes it's just it's too big, and it will sit with loads of grass in it or loads of straw in it. What am I doing? I was trying to put the pickup down, and I'm moving a little flap at the front top of the trailer instead. Brilliant. Yeah, and like I said in the, I think I said it in the other episode, previous episode, it might have been this one, I'm probably going to get a second one of these, just like I did on Bjornholm. And what I will do is, as I start to build up the dairy herds, I've got more cows. There we go. My OCD. Yeah, as I build up the dairy herd, and they're going to need more grass and more straw to keep them going, I will have one with straw in, one with grass in. They'll be parked up and full, and then what I will do is every time I need to top them up, just go and grab that particular trailer. I find that personally an easy way of doing it. Some people will only ever have one, and they'll have a much smaller one with like a 20,000 litre capacity or whatever it might be. And what they'll do is they'll feed the animals, feed the cows. If it's grass, obviously the grass one you can then use for sheep. Once you've bought sheep as well, you can give grass to the sheep. And then anything that's left over, they'll just go and sell it at one of their grass selling points, and if it's straw in it, they'll sell it at the straw selling point, and then it will sit empty. Then the next time it's needed, they'll then do some more grass, however you want to do it, it's entirely up to you. I just like to have them on hand so they're ready to go. Some people just prefer the fact that every time you do need to feed them those items, grass or straw, you've then got to do the gameplay at that point to get the grass and straw. Whereas I think I'm more kind of, I prefer to be prepared ahead of time. I don't know. Having things stored, ready, Again, both valid ways of doing it. I don't know how other people do it. They might do completely different ways. I know watching a lot of gameplay videos online, a lot of people won't use one of these for straw at all. They will have straw bales only, and when they have to give the cows the straw, they will use the straw shredder. bale shredder, whatever you want to call it. You put the bales into and it sprays the straw out into the thing. Again, whatever works for you. Right, that's us full, 45,000 litres. So we will whiz on over to the cows and give them some grass. Each time we do one of these things, we are increasing the productivity. If you leave them as they are, I think they're at 5% as a standard, I think. Then if you give them straw, it goes up a little bit. I can't remember if it goes up in 10% jumps or not, but it goes up. And then once you give them the next thing, in this case it's going to be grass, so they'll be having straw and grass. The productivity will take another bit of a jump up. Obviously then there's also silage and there's mixed ration, and because I'm talking I drove straight past the entrance to the dairy. Nice. Sorry, the yard dairy farm. Yakking away as usual. So just swing it alongside the trough here. You can put silage in here as well. I think there is a trough at the end of the field as well. Once the unload symbol comes up, bottom right hand corner, you can unload. And there we go, they now have straw and grass. Right. It's taken a fair amount actually, that's not too bad. Right, so how are we looking? So at the moment it's saying productivity at 10%. That will obviously jump up, it should jump up. Grass and straw, 30,000 grass, just under 15,000 for straw. But that's two of those things done. We haven't got any silage yet. I've done no silaging. I haven't got a forage harvester yet. I could just do grass. I could bang around with this, mow grass, collect grass, fill up that silage bay to the right just there. And then I've got silage, or I could just do silage bales, whichever you want to do it. I would also need a feeder trailer or the self-propelled one. But that, I think, for this episode is probably it. I was going to feed the cows, get some grass in there, which is what we've managed to do. I had a sudden thought. Got some money sitting in the bank there. Let's get another field. So, field number 25. Just next to 23. We can afford that. Let's get it. So, next episode is probably going to be putting something into this field, I would imagine. Sorry, it was just one of those sudden thoughts. Oh, I could whiz over there and see if I've got enough to buy another field. So that's field 25 bought, 23 next to it. So we are expanding away from our farm. But that's about it for today's episode, I think. We cut the grass, windrowed the grass, collected the grass, fed the cows. Let's park up the Lamborghini. And that's pretty much us done for today. If you liked the episode, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you've got any comments, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching the video. It's so not a bad day. We are building up our machinery. We've got quite a bit here now. Harvest around the back. As I said before, I hope you enjoyed the episode. And thanks for watching. See you again soon.